This week, Gina and I are hitting the trails again, but this time we've got a unique journey that allows for a wide variety of riding, all in the same day as we venture from Richfield over to Koosharem.
Then Chad Booth is getting his turn to let the rubber meet the road as he gets the motorcycle out to join another great ride through the scenic byway of the Nebo Loop.
And finally, we're following one family who makes a tradition and a reunion out of making the trek from Las Vegas to the Paiute ATV Jamboree. It's all rolling your way now. At Your Leisure is next. Wow, look at that view. We need to stop here. Wow, check that out.
Incredible.
Well, everybody, that's where we just came from. That is Richfield and the Sevier Valley. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Kevin Mortensen.
And I'm Gina Mortensen.
And today we're with Richfield City, and we decided to take a ride just a little bit different way than we normally go. We're riding from the visitor center in Richfield over to the town of Koosharem, up over Cove Mountain.
I'm excited to do something other than laundry. So,
yeah, we got no laundry to do. The Stedman's machine, which has got us all the way up the side of the hill, it's going to take us to Koosharem and back, and it's a great ride. This thing is super comfortable, tons of power, and a lot of room for the family. Speaking of family,
they're not with us today.
We're alone.
Listen, we live in this valley for a lot of different reasons, and one of them is 5 minutes from home, you can be on a trail, beautiful mountains, away from the valley, away from home. So it's not just for family, it's for sneaking out.
That's right. You know, I'm kind of going to be that guy. My house is right
there.
Yeah, so anyways, we want to share this with you. We're really excited to share this with you. This is Paiute Side Trail 42. It's going up the north side of Cove Mountain, where most everybody, when they go over to Koosharem, they'll come from the Marysville side and come around. This is a great ride. We want you to put it on your bucket list and go check it out. Come along with us for the ride.
This mountain we're on right now, right behind us is Big Lake. We're on the Cove Mountain Range, just above the towns of Glenwood and Annabella. And I grew up as a child in Annabella and loved coming on this mountain. This is my favorite mountain range. This is my favorite trail. This is where I love to be. We're taking a ride today from Richfield to Koosharem. We went through Glenwood to start with, down through the valley towards Glenwood, and then we started up and made our way to Bell Rock up by the Glenwood Dugway, and now we're going over Cove Mountain. We'll go over Monroe Mountain and then down into Koosharem. Lots of small towns around the larger community of Richfield. There's Richfield, Salina, and Monroe are a little larger, but the small communities are great little towns where people just love to live.
This is the first time I've been on this trail. I've been on most of the Paiute. It's really good. I enjoy it. I always end up going over through Monroe or out that way, you know? So I've never really come over this direction. I come here every summer for 3 months. We just love it. It's just great. You can't beat it. I keep coming back, so it's got to be good. Having a great time. Just awesome.
There's many different ways to access the trail system out of Richfield. You can find everything from beginner to advanced. There's trails for large machines, trails for 50-inch machines, a great mix of trails. This trail today, you can access it a couple of different ways. Today we decided to spice it up just a little bit and go through Glenwood and up a dugway, which I would classify that as going from beginner to almost intermediate today. You certainly can just stay on a beginner trail to come up, but we decided a different route today. The trail system is very popular. We've been talking lately a lot about how we don't need to do a lot of advertising on the trail system. It's kind of selling itself, word of mouth. Once somebody rides this trail system, they're hooked and they tell all their friends, and we're getting lots and lots of visitors.
Okay, well, Mother Nature has told us it's time for lunch.
I always say it's time for lunch, but wind or rain, a day on the trail is always better than sitting at home.
That's right, and it's getting a little windy out here and it's gonna rain, but look, halfway through the ride, the Koosharem Cafe. It's just in time for lunch. Take us a couple hours to get over here. And I've heard this is some fantastic food. Actually,
Okay, let's
I've been
stop
here
talking
several
about
times.
it.
It's
I
really
wanna
good food.
eat.
So we're gonna go here and eat.
Yes, please. Let's eat. We're going to send you off to see this week's where to.
It is magic how a few miles of twisting pavement, a day full of blue skies, and 1,300 cc's of two-wheel power at 9,000 feet can move you further away from your daily grind than a transporter on the Starship Enterprise. And that's what a group of strangers brought together for a fundraiser when they ride for a cause, or maybe just no cause at all.
There's no bad ride. All rides are special to me.
Today, this ragtag troop of very different folks ventured out on one of the 8 official scenic byways in Utah, and for sure in the top 3 for motorcycles.
We'll be heading through Payson, up over the Nebo Loop, through Nephi, Mona, and we'll be ending in Alberta at the historic Sinclair Station.
The ride is fantastic. It takes you over the most amazing scenery. It's really spectacular. That Nebo Loop is just unbelievable. It's like the soundtrack of Out of Africa or something. It's unbelievable.
The Nebo Loop is really special to me because it's like right by Sacklin, and that's where I grew up, and so it's just like really close to home, and it's good to see the beautiful mountains. You can't find mountains like that anywhere.
The Nebo Loop is possibly one of the most beautiful motorcycle rides anyone could take anywhere. But it's also a biking dream, twists and climbs and open stretches that really let the machine show their stuff.
My bike is actually an adrenaline rush all the time. That 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, there's a lot to be said about that. And that's why I enjoy riding what I ride.
The Nebo Loop is open from springtime, as soon as the roads are clear, to the end of October when the gates close for winter. In between those dates, there isn't a bad time to ride, but perhaps it is this time of year, as the colors are just starting to come on, that it takes on a special aura, like nature putting on a bright dress for the Harvest Festival Ball.
The Nebo Loop was absolutely amazing on a bullet bike.
Now there's still time to get out there this year and explore those exceptional places for two wheels. And the next one we recommend will be the Red, White, and Road event along Scenic Highway 12, sponsored by Stedman's and AYL on Saturday, September 11th. We will ride to remember those who answered the call of duty 20 years ago on 9/11. You can find out more and register on our website right now. After the ride, we'll be treated to an authentic Hawaiian luau smoked up by our own Anthony Lujan. There's a cap of 60 machines for this ride, so don't miss out. Register right now. For At Your Leisure, I'm Chad Booth.
Okay, the update today is we're going to try and get the doors on the car. We got the door on the very back that goes on this big piece that's on the back. And then we got the side door we're still going to put on. We've got to pop rivet them on. We're fitting them to the hole. And then we got to put a backing on the back of it, and then it's all ready to go. So now we put this, glue this in right here. And now the door comes up and has something to bang against. And then we put the latch right here so the door seals up. Just like they do in the big times. We've done a lot of fiberglass work. We did have a big crack right here, and then up the side, there was a couple of non-essential vents right here that we've already patched up. And after that, we're pretty much sanded. Next step will be going ahead and painting it. Well, tomorrow we're gonna start putting paint on the motorhome. Tony's coming in on Saturday, and he's gonna do some paint work. We have changed our ideas at the last minute. Chad changed his mind not to go with the land yacht idea, but he wants to go with Road Force One, which is kind of a takeoff from Air Force One. So hopefully this works, and we've got all the colors for that and ready to go. And We're gonna see how it turns out.
I've been doing this. Well, I got certified in '86, but I used to go to the shop with my dad when I was 9. But I've been painting since 10, 11. Motorhomes are a different breed. Well, they're bigger, of course. The hardest part, just climbing up on it to move my plastic around to cover it.
Today what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the windows in it. We're gonna put the side rail on it. We gotta seal that up with some silicone and then put the rail on. What the heck was that? That's not good. Get in there and find out what the heck's going on with this thing. We just drilled into something. Some kind of a cable that's hot. It's not still going, is it? Yeah, see, it just lit on fire. Yeah, just right before I dumped that water down there, it just went into flames. Actually, this burn mark coming up the insulation here, that's what we just lit on fire. We won't do that again. Okay, well, we got our windows in. We got our side molding on. We had a fun experience on the front with that, with the wiring. But we're almost done. It's almost ready to be somebody else's nightmare. So there we go for the day.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're leaving Koosharem and we're headed back to Richfield. The storm is over and we're just getting a little break in the action. And if you ever get the chance to go riding through a pine forest after the rain, it's worth the little bit of mud. I love the way it smells.
And there's really not a lot of mud, but that smell of the fresh rain in the forest, we've seen a lot of deer, a little bit of wildlife. It's just absolutely beautiful up here. It's green, the wildflowers are out. You got to get out of the city and come see this. But I guess we got to go back to the city because that's part of the show.
Well, Richfield is not only a great hometown, it's a great base camp.
They got everything you need, and we can't wait to show you. So we're going to head on down the trail. Come with us. We'll see you down there.
Richfield City is the hub of the Sevier Valley. The Paiute Trail system goes through 4 different counties, and you can access this trail system every mile of it right from Richfield City. We have great hotels, great restaurants, plenty of grocery stores to get your groceries, lots of places to get your fuel. It's a wonderful place to stay and make that your place to be and go out to the trail system from there. We have an awesome visitor center that is staffed during the day, during the summer, spring, fall months, and you can stop in there and get all the information you need to get anywhere you need to be. There's a lot of small towns in the Sevier Valley, but the small communities are great little towns where people just love to live. The older buildings, you know, pioneer generation, been around for many, many years, and there's still a lot of old homes, a lot of old buildings, and it's just really cool. We are the heart of trail country, and we pride ourselves on the different activities and the different trails that can be accessed out of Richfield City. We just put in great bicycle trails, mountain biking trails that can be accessed right out of town. We have all kinds of different ways to go see the trails: horseback riding, hiking, biking. ATVing is, of course, the big one, but anybody and everyone can come and enjoy the trails in our valley.
Now, Richfield's a great place to come for a day 3 days or a week, and when you do, you know what they say, it's 2 hours from anywhere. So when you get here, there's restaurants of every kind. We've got a Mexican, American, Chinese food, and Gina's favorite,
Steak. We have multiple steakhouses.
we've been all over the state eating steakhouses, and I think we have the best ones here. And if you come to Richfield, you have to make a stop at Steve's Steakhouse. And then, when you're done, walk across the street to the, where?
The Idle Dairy is one of the most iconic places here in Richfield, and while we step inside, we're gonna send you off to see this week's Along the Way.
If you're a fan of At Your Leisure, then you've seen us at the Paiute Trail Jamboree once or twice before. We've come to Marysville in years past to ride the trails, participate in events, and yes, eat the food. This year we met up with the Chua family, who've made the drive up from Las Vegas every year since 2016.
We normally go southern Utah, but when we heard about this, so we make this our
priority.
This Marysville Jamboree, this is like our
Yearly.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like kind of like a Super Bowl ride, you know, for the year, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
There's 4 of us, us and 2 kids. We brought her cousin from Arizona. There's 6 of them. And my cousin from California, there's 5 of them. And we got friends.
Co-workers
and friends, there are about 10 of them.
We're pretty much family oriented. So yeah, every year it's getting bigger and bigger.
I would come here to Utah as much as we can.
They're coming from Arizona and California, but it's nice to be with family. You know, it's one thing that we like doing together.
And then the kids like to ride.
They have their own rides.
Yeah, they have their own rides. It's a great day here in Marysville. Thought I could do a little bit more better. I won a couple times before, and this year, you know, it didn't happen. So it was fun. It's all about fun. Yeah, on to the next fun thing.
I like to come here because it's like trails that I can do in the little track. I like my quad the best. I think I did very really well.
Pretty good get-togethers everybody has down there, all the racing and stuff they got down there. I want to come back next year. Yeah, it'd be pretty fun.
You beat me by 2 seconds.
You won 15 twinkle toes. Wow.
The annual Jamboree is a celebration of the sprawling Paiute Trail system and includes organized trail rides around the area, as well as many fun events, raffles, food, and of course, entertainment for young and old alike.
You can be here for like 10 days and never hit the same trail twice. Don't just show up to the Jamboree. You know, get here a week before, a week after, and there's a lot to do. Not just Marysville here. Before the Jamboree, we show up. And we'll go out to the other town. We'll do like a day trip.
Yes, and it's just great to be outdoors, and especially if you're living in the city. It's beautiful out here. It's really great that the Jamboree is very well organized.
Every year they keep up bigger, better, and they make it exciting.
After the sun sets, the competition heats up with one of the Jamboree's newest events, OHV drag racing.
Jenny is the winner. Jenny Chua is our champion.
We got lucky.
If you want a shot at defeating the reigning champion, be sure to come to the Paiute Trail Jamboree next year. The Chua family will certainly be there. For this week's Along the Way, I'm Nick Chase.
Oh hey, welcome back to At Your Leisure. We've made it back to Richfield, the Visitor Center. What a day.
It was a long day.
You know, when you're out with members of the Severe Valley OHV Club and the Paiute Trail Committee, those guys and gals know this trail so well.
I love that there's women riders. I love having the women company.
We got to clean up. We're going to head in and get
yeah.
something to eat, but while we do that, you guys go check out next week's show.
Dessert.
Next week, Chad and Rhea are following our friends from Tikaboo on a scenic journey with a wide variety of terrain. Everything from red rock to lush mountain reservoirs as they visit the Bull Creek Pass Scenic Byway.
Then, Reese Stein is showing off one camp in the Mill Creek Canyon that has multiple activities from archery to rock climbing and is sure to have some fun for all ages.
And finally, we get a rare opportunity to join a ride along with a World War II PT boat. But on this ride, there's a special reunion that you won't want to miss.
Now let's take a look at our calendar of events.
First up, on September 11th, Stedman's and AYL will be hosting the 20th annual Red, White, and Road motorcycle event in Torrey, Utah. Space is limited, so sign up now on our website at AYLTV.com.
Then, also on September 11th at the Gorilla Offroad in Orem, Utah, is the Silverback Bash event, which features competitions, games, and great entertainment for the whole family. Now let's take a look at our contest winner.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by David Peterson. Looks like David's going to win an outdoor stove from Camp Chef.
Camp Chef offers the best way to get your cooking done in the outdoors. Visit campchef.com for more details.
And be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize.
Well, next week's show looks great.
You know, this week's show's great. Thanks for coming along with us today as we've explored Richfield and the surrounding areas. Todd, thanks for showing us around. We had a great time. Did you guys have a good ride today?
Yeah!
It looks like we've all had a great ride today. How was it, Gina?
I liked it. I love the smell of the rain in the forest. Now everyone knows I love that
Just
smell.
nothing better than just a fresh rainfall up there. Listen, we left the visitor center this morning. It was 48 miles from here to Koosharem. The track is up on www.outsiders.zone, so you can grab it, follow it, and go. But if you're planning a day, plan the full day. It was 3 hours there, about 3 hours back. Plan to have lunch at the Koosharem Cafe and enjoy the scenery. What a great day. Unfortunately, Gina, half hour's up. We're all out of time. We have to go, so thank you guys for watching. We'll see you back here, same time, same place next week. And remember that there's adventure around every bend.
You just have to get out there and create it yourself
At your
leisure.